Welcome, Spirit Seekers. I was originally going to make this video for Mother's Day, but I've decided to post it early. Consider it an early Mother's Day card for those women who, by choice or by design, never became a mother. I'm basically going to be sharing with you a reading from my website on the aspect of the mother. What happens if you never birthed a child? Are you unable to embrace the aspect of the mother? I struggled with this well over a decade, but I found the truth several years ago, and for all those other non-moms out there, I wish to share my realization. There are so many reasons why women and men may not go through what pagans and other spiritual societies would traditionally deem the aspect of the mother. Perhaps they didn't want children, were unable to have children. Perhaps it was not financially responsible to have or adopt, or the stars simply never lined up because their soul contract required their energies elsewhere. For me, it was a combination of a few of these things. But I'm going to start at the beginning. I always wanted children. My instinct to be both warrior and healer made me an ideal candidate. My desire was so strong that even as a teenager, when I had my menses and I knew it would not be practical to have a child, I still mourned the child that would have been. And to this day, I still feel that loss within me. Now, luckily, the creator, the goddess, she chose to give me a furry baby and trust me. For all of those mothers out there who have given birth and say that you can't possibly understand the bond, you really can, and that's what this video is about. There is not an exclusivity to the feelings of motherhood. The concept of the mother came from the triple aspect of the goddess, which is found in many pre-Judeo-Christian paths, as defined on Wikipedia, and in this particular instance I think we'll all be able to agree with Wiki. The triple goddess has been adopted by many neo-pagans as one of their primary deities. In common neo-pagan usage, the three female figures are frequently described as the maiden, the mother, and the crone, each of which symbolizes both a separate stage in the female life cycle and a phase of the moon. It often rules one of the realms of the earth, underworld, and upper world. A mother goddess represents, or is a personification, of nature and motherhood, a personification of fertility, creation, and destruction. She embodies the bounty of the earth. I think the key thing to consider are the various ways in which the goddess mother is personified and seeing beyond our own wombs, the sacral chakra as the center of fertility and birth. For some, that creative force simply does not exist in the sacral chakra, but perhaps instead within the root chakra, giving birth to those who choose a life of service in the protection of others, in service of community or nations. For others, that force of motherhood and creation comes from the solar plexus, giving birth to new ideas, concepts, and business ventures. For others, it might reside in the heart chakra, giving birth to healing modalities and spiritual teachers who take on the responsibility to nurture the spiritual development of others. For others still, it might reside in the throat chakra, giving birth to educators and entertainers. The main thing is, motherhood is about creating something from nothing, something that we put our heart and soul into, nourishing and nurturing. In our own way, we each do this throughout our lives, using various methods. It is also important for me to note that not all women who give birth should have. Now, some might find that statement a bit harsh, but think of the stories of abuse that come to light. Some women are never able to embrace the child they gave birth to, or the responsibility of motherhood in this very direct way. Thankfully, some of these women are at least have the wisdom to give these babies up for adoption, allowing a woman that society may have ignorantly deemed barren to provide the most amazing, nourishing, and nurturing homes for that soul. Then there are women such as Mother Teresa and other spiritual dedicants who, by choice of their path and teachings, will never give birth to a single child, but yet care for them by the masses. Motherhood in whatever form is not therefore a result of the birth of a child, but instead the embrace of a concept, creation for the greater good of an individual, a community, or the earth itself. I'm going to leave you with one final thought, and that's on the moon. The moon is often the symbol used to illustrate the triple phases of the goddess. However, she herself went from maiden, the birth and creation within our solar system of the moon, to crone, barren and wise. The moon itself has never been in a position to give birth, not like the earth. Yet she is most revered at full moon for her energies linking to motherhood. She herself does not change, simply the way the light is reflected on her, and therefore our perception of her. At the end of the day, we are all representatives of the goddess, and as such hold all her energy and beauty within. The most important thing we can put forth as mothers is the energy of acceptance and love, for that is the message of the first mother. This video is dedicated not just to the wonderful mothers who have stepped into my own life, but also to those women who have used their creativity and dedication to other paths which have enhanced all our lives. Namaste.